Good morning, and it's Wednesday. So we're going to get started right now with our Wednesday's lesson. And it says write the number 806 in each form. We have word form and expanded form. And my class, remember if I told you to say the words, how many words are we going to say? We're going to say 806. So you're going to write every word you said. 806.
Using words.
Using words. Expanded form, you want to go with that one?
Sure. In expanded form, we are looking at the value of the digits or the value of the numbers. So 8 is in the hundreds place. So I would have 8 hundreds, which looks like this. Plus, there are no tens, so I could put a 0, although that's not absolutely required. And then the ones place, the 6 is 6 ones, which is 6. 800 plus 0 plus 6 equals 806.
Okay, moving right on. Carlos does jumping jacks during gym class. Carlos does 138 jumping jacks during gym class. John only does 89. How many more jumping jacks did Carlos do than John? In my class we say many more means subtract.
Yeah, how many more always means subtract. So we're going to put the large number on top, 138, and we're going to take away 89 to see how many more jumping jacks that Carlos did.
And remember to line those numbers up. Do not be sloppy when you're writing your problems down.
If there's more on the floor, gotta go next door and get 10 more. 3 becomes 2. And 8 gets his tens place. 18 minus 9 is 9. There's more on the floor. Gotta go next door and get 10 more. 12 minus 8 is 4.
And another thing we talk about is if you go 9 plus 9 is 18. Check. 4 plus 8 is 12. Check. If you couldn't go back up and add it, we check it. Then you know you're correct.
All right. So we still need a label though. We've got 49. But what are we talking about here? How many more?
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks. So we need to put that on here. Jumping jacks. Okay. Find the product.
Product again. We should be studying our multiplications and we should know them by now. So we can say 5 times 7 is
35.
7 times 12 is
84.
6 times 12 is 72. 7 times 9 is 63. 6 times 4 is 24.
While we're on 6 times 4, I know some kids might be struggling with their 6s. There is a trick for 6s. It's called the half-whole trick. And so you take 6 times the even number, which 4 is an even number. You take half of that number and then the whole thing. So that might help you if you're still struggling on those 6s.
Yes.
We're going to draw a shape this time with 4 equal sides.
What do we call a shape with 4 equal sides? What's a name we can call it?
Is it a quadrilateral?
It's a quadrilateral.
But it's got to have equal sides.
So what can we say? I know of a square.
Yeah, a square does have 4 equal sides, and it's also special because it has 4 90-degree angles as well. But there's another shape that has 4 equal sides, Miss Powell.
Would it be a rhombus?
It could be a rhombus. We call a rhombus in our class a smooshed square. So if you drew a rhombus, you are exactly right also. It did not say it had to have right angles.
We call them the twins in our class, the square and the rhombus, because the squares they're brothers.
They're brothers. Okay, that's cool. And so then the rectangle and the parallelogram are brothers as well.
Yes.
All right, that's a good way to let them.
Or sisters.
Yeah, or sisters, right. We're going to compare some fractions today. I'd like to use cross multiplication or the butterfly method.
That sounds good to me.
It looks easiest for these because it'd be hard to cut a circle into 12 slices.
Yes.
We're going to do 12 times 4. Remember, you start on that denominator. The denominator is the downstairs number. Start at the denominator and go up to the 4. 12 times 4 is
48.
48. That numerator was a 4. This time our denominator's an 8, and we're going to go up to that 4, which is
32.
Which one's bigger, 48 or 32?
Well, the 48's larger.
So 4 eighths would be greater than 4 twelfths. How do we know that's greater than? If I turn it, does it make an L? It does not. So it is greater than. All right, let's look at some elapsed time. Miss Pal, I will let you take care of this one.
I will talk. Here we go. Jan and Susan went to the movies. The movie started at 5:45 and ended at 7:30. How long was the movie? So we're going to start with our minutes first at 5:45, and we're going to drop. Miss Walker's going to drop a little draw for me. So here we go. We're going to start 5:45. We're going to say 50, 55, and then what's that next number?
It's o'clock. That means we hit the top of that 12 again. So what o'clock did we just hit?
We hit 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Okay.
We're going to move on. We're going to say, what are we at? 6:05, 6:07, 6:10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, we stop right there. Our minutes match. We were headed to 6:30. We wanted to make our minutes match.
To 30, yes.
Now we can start on hours.
So now we've got one. We're going from 6 to 7.
Oh, my hour now is a 7. I can stop. It is now 7:30. It wanted to know how much time passed. So now we need to go back and count that amount of time. How many hours do you see?
1 hour.
1 hour. And how many minutes?
Let's go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
1 hour and 45 minutes passed. All right.
Very good. A pencil has a mass of 25 grams. If there are 8 pencils, what is the total mass of all the pencils? I see a key word.
Total.
So we've got 25. We're going to say what? How are we going to do that if we want 8? The repeated addition would be what?
Repeated addition would be multiplication. So if we're going to have to add 25 up 8 times, I would rather just do 25 times 8. And we have lots of different methods we've talked about this year. This method is called the traditional method. And so we have 8 times 5, which is
40.
We're going to carry that 4 up to our plus box. We always call this a plus box because everything in it you have to add. So then we're going to take our 8. He's got to go see everybody, so he needs to go visit that 2. 8 times 2 is
10. 16.
And we have 16 plus 4 is 20. So we get 200 grams. Now, another way that you have learned to do this year is we've learned the box method. We'll just go over these real quick because I know that you know them. 25 times 8. You do 5 times 8 is 40. And 8 times 2, this is really 20 times 8. So it would be 8 times 20, which is 160, and then you add those two boxes together. 160 plus 40 equals 200. Some of you have also remembered and hung on to the one called the lattice method. If you did not learn the lattice method, did you teach that?
I didn't teach lattice method.
So if you haven't learned that, just hang on for a second while I remind my kiddos, and then we will move on. So in the lattice method, those of you that have been using this, you would do it the same way. 25 times 8, we've got 40, and we've got 16. 0, then we add those up. 6 plus 4 is 10. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Again, we get 200. You can use any of your 3 methods that we have learned this year. And if you'll notice, they all get the same answer. So we don't care how you do it. We just care that you know what you're doing and that you're getting the answer correct.
You could have looked at it also as quarters, and you had 8 quarters.
Oh, true. And you would have $2.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Find the perimeter of the rectangle. So how do we find perimeter?
Perimeter is the fence.
Fence. And then at the bottom we have what is the area. How do you find area?
It is area equals length times width. It's the amount of squares you can shove into the object.
So what do you want to do first? Do you want to do our area first?
Whichever one, Miss Pal.
We'll do area.
Okay, area equals length times width. Is this a rectangle or a square?
It's a rectangle.
So we can use our formula without making any cuts. What is our length?
5.
And what is our width?
7.
5 times 7 equals?
35.
And we're talking about centimeters
Square.
Squared. We're counting those squares. Now let's take a look at perimeter. We want to keep Sparky in his fence. We don't want him to get out and get hit. So we need to buy the right amount of lumber. That just got really blurry, didn't it?
We could, what I like to do first is label all our sides. So
Yes.
So we have, that the opposite vertical side is 5 centimeters, and the opposite horizontal line is 7 centimeters. So you can say 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 5, or you could say 5 plus 5 and 5 plus 7 and 5 plus 7. You can put those numbers in any order. And you're going to come out with the same answer.
So 7 plus 7, if we bought fencing here and here, how much would that
14.
be? 14. And then we got to cover this side.
We got 10.
5 plus 5 is 10. So that would be
24.
24 centimeters of lumber.
Yes.
All right.
And remember to do your lesson at the bottom of the page. And we shall be with you
Tomorrow. On Thursday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.